Hey everybody, I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out my YouTube channel, Against All Hope. Now, I know what you're thinking. That kind of sounds a little bit, I'm not too sure about that. What does it mean, Against All Hope? Well, let me tell you about it. Against All Hope comes from the Bible, Romans chapter 4, where Abraham had been going through some things, and Paul decided he wanted to reflect on the things that Abraham had gone through. God promised Abraham when he was 75 years old that he would have a child, and 25 years later, Abraham still didn't see the promise of that child, but Abraham did something very significant. It says in Romans chapter 4 that Abraham hoped against hope, believing that he would be the father of many nations. And if you read another translation of the word, or that can be translated, that when all hope was gone, Abraham believed in hope. And that's a very powerful thing. Hope is one of the most powerful things I think that anybody can have, because when you don't have hope, you don't have anything. And it's amazing that against all odds, 100 years old, who'd ever heard of anybody having a child at the age of 100? But it said that when all hope was gone, Abraham still believed in hope. He clung to the promises of God in his life. Don't you know right now, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you are going through, God has promised victory to you. God has promised you deliverance from any situation, any addiction. It doesn't matter what you're going through, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, whether it's with a spouse, whether it's with your children. God promised you deliverance out of it. And it says in the Bible that God is not slack concerning his promises towards us. God loves us so much that he came down to earth to be just like us, to live among us, to go through the things that we go through, to experience what we experience, so that he could die for us, to give us hope. So when you see against all hope, it's not saying that I'm anti-hope or that I don't want hope, but it's saying in a world where it seems all hope is gone, a world where suicide, rape, addiction, drugs, sex, pornography is running rampant, in a world where you see people and Christians being brutally murdered and sacrificed for what they believe, when people are all about having their quote-unquote rights, but no one's about hope. In a world where it seems it's hopeless, Against All Hope just says, when everything seems bad, when everything seems negative, when everything seems like it's not going to end for you, believe, even when you don't have a reason to believe. Hope, even when it seems like you don't have a reason to hope. Because I promise you that there is hope in Jesus Christ. I promise you that God loves you so much that he created you. You being alive is no accident. He gave you a plan and a purpose that only you can fulfill. There is a destiny that you have that no one else can do but you. So no matter how bad it seems, just know that there is hope. Even in the darkest of rooms, a candle can provide a little bit of light. Even in a room full of darkness, a little candle can provide light. It doesn't illuminate it like turning on a light switch does, but just that little flame can give you enough light to see where you need to go. So I want to encourage you today that even though your situation may sometimes seem hopeless, even though it may seem completely and utterly dark, keep the flame alive. Never stop hoping, never stop believing, never stop trusting in a God that promised that he would supply our needs, a God that promised the battle was not ours, a God that promised that we were more than conquerors through Jesus Christ, a God that promised that no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and any tongue that shall rise up against us in judgment, it shall be condemned. So I encourage you today, brothers and sisters, let's keep hope alive.